I'm Macdonald.
And I'm Harv Aujala.
Welcome to RCBC TV,
where we're about more than just recycling. And today, Brock, we're going to start off with the exact opposite of recycling, which is illegal dumping.
Ooh, that's criminal.
Yeah, it's been making the news a lot lately.
It has.
It has. And the most recent story that we saw is in Kamloops, they're actually going to close down the Ord Road Recycling Depot because of all the illegal dumping that's going on. What's really terrible about it is a lot of that material, electronics, mattresses, TVs, they're recyclable. So there is somewhere to take those items and make sure they stay out of the landfill.
So that's really unfortunate that everyone's service is going to be reduced now because of illegal activity that could be solved somehow.
Exactly. And I mean, by putting in, maybe more resources at that site, like cameras, better fencing, better lighting, that's a significant cost, $50,000 to $60,000.
Right. But what does it cost to pick up what's illegally dumped?
That's a good question, right? What
So
those fees are, but I mean, it's costing everybody a lot of money. I know in Squamish last year, they just came out and said that it was $15,000 they spent on illegal dumping, and in Powell River, they've got a conservation officer investigating somebody dumping some roofing tile.
Right.
And under the Environmental Management Act, I think they're actually going to charge somebody, hopefully.
Well, if they can find them, that's good.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, maybe those types of deterrents will help reduce the amount of instances of this happening.
That's one of the things we're going to look at in our surveys on illegal dumping over the next couple of months is what is it costing local communities to clean up? What would it cost to put preventive measures in? And we're going to, share some of that information that people provide us and local governments provide us. So if people have a tool set of resources that they can find that information.
Yeah, and one of the tools that are already out there are smartphone apps. Powell River Regional District has something called Trash Out, where if you see something illegally dumped, you can pull up the app and record it.
Great. Does it have a GPS based?
I haven't tried. I'm not in Powell River, so I haven't tried it, but I would imagine that would make it a lot easier to use.
Yeah. We saw that on the news, actually, and I was going to suggest my son get it because he does a lot of hiking, so does my daughter.
Oh, yeah.
And so when you're out there, doing your hiking and such, that's great that you got that app, and then you can report it.
Yeah.
So I think measures like that will go a long way. We'll add that kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's easier than saying, I was 3 fir trees in from the, the large boulder.
Well, how else would you know?
Yeah.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, but one of the things that's dumped often is mattresses. And that one's a big issue. And
there's one just outside our office in the alley. I saw it this morning.
Oh, well, you know what? If you come to my alley by my apartment, you can see one all the time.
Oh, no.
This weekend, somebody had propped it up against the retaining wall and it fell over. So I couldn't get my car through. So I actually had to turn around, go around, enter the alley from the other side so that I could go into our parkation.
Well, that added to your carbon footprint, didn't it?
There you go. It definitely did.
So how long has this thing been there? Long enough to have a nickname?
Yeah, we call him Matty.
Matty?
Yeah.
Good.
Matty the Mattress.
That's all right.
Somebody did lean him back up against the retaining wall, but the city hasn't come by to pick it up yet. But I mean, that spot is ongoing. We've dressers, furniture, couches. I mean, I think I could furnish my apartment from what we've seen dumped in that alley, even just within the last 6 months.
And that's what happens. These places, they start to collect things and everyone sees that and it just starts to pile up. It's
like it's become a permanent dump site, right? Even after they clean it up, you give it a week or two and somebody will drop something else out there, which is...
Well, it's unfortunate that the city's got to run around and pick that up. But, the sooner they do it, the better off it is. But it's going to cost them.
But there are recycling programs for mattresses, and the City of Vancouver currently just put out an RFP, and they're looking for somebody to haul and transport and recycle mattresses, as well as look for end markets for recycling those. Right. And they're collecting close to 30,000 mattresses a year.
Wow. Well, it's too bad we can't reuse mattresses, but there are lots of things that you can reuse, and those end up in illegal dumping sites as well. But there was a recent study done by Vancouver City Credit Union, and it's a pretty good study. It's got some great stats. So one of the things is that the reuse economy contributes $1.05 billion into British Columbia's GDP. Now our GDP is about $200 billion, so it's 0.5%, but still that's significant.
Yeah, and it's going to grow.
Oh, it's going to grow exponentially. We've got. Let me give you some of the stats on this so far. So 97% of British Columbians participate in the second-hand economy.
Have you done it? Have you?
Absolutely, on
Guaranteed,
all
yeah.
levels.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
83% have bought. I bought, right? You have too. 72% have sold.
I've tried to sold. My stuff doesn't sell. I don't know what that says about me.
I sold some stuff, online and that. Yeah. So it's been good. And 95% have donated, given away used goods. Mm-hmm. I've certainly done that. We've got bins in our building. There's the Developmental Disabilities Association, who's a member of RCBC. They have white bins out there. Mm-hmm. So people do participate in that. It also says that 38% of people cite saving money as one of the reasons why. And I found this interesting, and I'm guilty of this as well. 27% say that accessing high-quality goods at a lower cost is their incentive to do so.
You know what? You and I are cyclists. Yeah. I couldn't afford a $5,000 bike.
No.
But if I could find a used one that somebody bought with the best of intentions and didn't use, maybe for half the price, or...
I bought used bikes, used musical instruments, even used couch furniture really depreciates. So you can get good bargains on that.
Definitely.
So and we have members in that sector, right? Mm-hmm. RCBC members. There's Computers for Schools, BC Technology for Learning. Yep. They do big bulk items that come off all at the same time and refurbish those. Yeah. Free Geek does that on a more smaller and individual level. And I mentioned the Developmental Disabilities Association. They do textiles. Mm-hmm. But we also have the BC Structural Movers Association.
Oh, what do they move?
Well, they move whole houses, right? And so that's a good way to segue into our next story, which is about reclaiming wood from deconstruction. Now, I don't know if you know this, but the City of Vancouver has initiated some policies that provide economic incentives not to waste, right? So they want you to divert those materials from landfill. Well, a guy named Adam Corneal has a company that's called Naturally Crafted. And what they do is they go in and they reclaim all this wood, they deconstruct it, and then they use it for other projects. It can be standalone projects for feature items, but they also incorporate that wood into some really nice renovation work that I've seen in Kitsilano and other places. Yeah, he does great work. And so, according to him, there's potentially enough of these houses that, there could be not just hundreds of thousands, but millions of dollars in value of this reclaimed wood that they can then take and incorporate into other projects.
And I think that really has potential for growth, because I have a friend they built a tiny home, mm-hmm. and they went in and they got the siding, they would go before a house has been demolished, and they would, if they were willing to do the work, remove the material, they could have it for free. And so I'd say 75% of the stuff that they got from homes that were going to be demolished. So, clearly there's still value in that material.
Well, sure, and as more municipalities pick up these policies to provide incentives mm-hmm. to divert that material, we're going to see a lot more of this. So I can see the circular economy's subset of a reuse economy really turning up here in BC and adding to GDP.
Yeah. It's all part of the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle.
It is, and that's what we call sustainable enterprise. Yeah. Okay, well, that's about it for this week. We hope that you're going to mark in your calendars for RCBC 2017, which is June 21st to 23rd at the Weston and Whistler. We'll be talking about these subjects and a lot more. So please make sure you join us then. Until next time, I'm Brock Macdonald.
And I'm Harv Aujala.
We'll see you on RCBC TV.